Hi everyone, welcome back to the Automotive Logistics and Supply Chain Red Sofa on a special episode here today, a collaborative episode really between logistics and IT. As one of the key themes of our conference, I'm joined by Alex Lerma and Jorge Corral from SEAT, who really were talking to us today about their human artificial intelligence strategy with application across digital control towers and indeed much wider implications across logistics and production. Alex, I want to start with you. Can you start by explaining to our audience a bit about what the human AI strategy is and how it's applied to the digital control tower that you've spoken to us over the last year about?
Yeah. So for us, the human artificial intelligence strategy is like to make the awareness, training, and to bring the data and AI to the workers. So to all the people that is working with us in SEAT. So for us, for the control tower, we were like needing something that can also make our strategy a little bit further. So we were a little bit lost in terms of data. We were challenging also the data quality, how to manage it, how to make the governance. And then with this human artificial intelligence, we can not only know about more about our data, but we can also reduce costs because we are also trying to develop ourselves with those trainings and make more efficient our control tower to build like a platform and integrate all these use cases that can be self-developed by all the logistics people.
So as you say, a platform and method with your teams to build and scale that data. Jorge, coming from the IT side, how has this changed the way IT and logistics work together and how you manage and govern that data strategy?
I have to say that this has been a really huge change because to get closer the IT and the business areas in order to through the digital acceleration teams has many benefits. And as a proof, we have to say that Alex teams has been one of the early adopters of this technology because they understood that this kind of collaborations make our company more efficiently and more data-driven.
And you mentioned there the digital accelerators. We talk about applying low code, no code to this. And one of the things you also did was sort of centralize how the data is managed from IT and then across. Talk a little bit about that change in the organization and the culture from IT.
We have several challenges here because we have been working on silos. So one of the things we have been doing is to break these silos in order to manage this data in a centralized way, in order to establish the federated model to govern data and to apply data transparency to our business areas. So it has been a really a huge challenge.
And Alex, with that shift in the organization, what has it meant and how has it changed the way on the business side and logistics? How has it changed? So you've worked with the data and with your teams.
So now we have to make this awareness also for the people because we're looking also for this efficiency that AI and data working model can bring to us. So now we have raised also a lot of use cases, building this community also internally in logistics. So we are now the representative of the digital acceleration team, but we are more people behind. So every department has a single data steward where we work with, and we work also with all the data stewards that we have in all the departments. So we are building this chain really, and we are breaking the silos also internally in logistics. So we see also the full potential. What an outbound department is doing is also maybe similar to inbound because they have transportation, and then they see the similarities, and then they raise together use cases, and we coordinate how to get the data from and how to maybe help them to develop these solutions that came up with this collaboration.
Fantastic. Jorge, you mentioned earlier digital accelerators, and I'm particularly like this term and this approach. Tell us a little bit more about how you develop digital accelerators in the teams to help advance this strategy.
Okay, digital acceleration teams are teams which are made with people from IT, people from business area, process experts, people who knows about their data, how they manage their data, because they are the people who will give us the insights in order to get the data and move it to the Snowflake in order to take profit of this data. So we have been finding out, let's say, people who has the skills and he wants to be member of the digital acceleration teams in order to continue pushing up the digitalization of the company.
Fantastic. You also both talked about something that I think quite exciting, use of Gen AI within logistics and planning with your own tool, Vortex AI. Maybe I'll start with you first, Jorge. Tell us a little bit about this tool, how it's been developed and how it works. Because it's not, we should clarify, not ChatGPT, it's your own tool that you developed.
I guess they are talking about Vortex AI, which is the self-development, which has been developed internally with our resources. And it's pretend to be the tool which make able to us to chat with our data. Imagine our managers asking an LLM about the KPIs or about the production of the yesterday's shifts and so on. This is the future we want to shift with Vortex AI. And also, Vortex is going to be the toolbox where we are going to, let's say, include all the generative AI use cases as the Vortex insights we have been seeing in the presentation.
So let's talk a little bit about what you showed in the presentation. You showed a case, I think, of an RFQ or that. Talk a little bit about some of the ways you're using this Vortex AI with logistics.
So we have developed these Vortex insights. There is also a collaboration example because we are developing for ourselves because we found out this use case, but it's going to be used by all the companies. So we are able to compare suppliers' offers that we have for a tender, and then we can ask it, and then we don't have to read it, and then we also are sparing a lot of time using this tool. This is not only used for that, so we can read also manuals for SAP. There are like 600 pages, and then we can find out what is the important question that we want to do to this. And apart from this, we are also developing something with also agents of AI that can be also introduced in Vortex, that for example, to look for regulations in the European Union or national regulations, maybe subventions that we can take advantage from, and then it can be like weekly recommending us where do we have something new in the legislation, or where can we find something that is related with subventions that we can take advantage from.
Fantastic. Very, very interesting stuff. Finally, let's talk about what some of the next milestones you want to achieve in your human AI strategy and the most important next steps you need to take in logistics and in IT. I'll start with you first, Alex. In logistics, what are some of the most important next steps to reach your objectives?
So next short-term steps, we want to make the technology that we are developing, so the use case is trustworthy, so the people can also be more engaged, to keep on training people, so make these people also be not only the engagements, but be like believers that they want to also to spread the word to other people, and then also to work on the data that we have now to also get to new use cases and more robust, and everything that I said before is going to be more effective in the future.
Thank you. Jorge, from IT side.
And from my IT side, we are going to continue developing the platform in order to make it scalable and also to having a look at the AI's, let's say, scenarios, because what we plan here is, okay, we have a picture today, but we are having a look outside because we want to incorporate the news about Gen AI in our platform.
Thank you so much, both of you, for sharing this great collaboration and this project. We'll have more on the project from the presentation that you shared at the event on automotivelogistics.media. We're looking to sharing more highlights from both of you, and most importantly, keeping up with the great progress that you're making. So thanks again, Alex and Jorge, for being with us.
Thank you.